Good afternoon, everyone. It's your English class, and today we are going to study our 10th chapter of our grammar book. Chapter name is Pronouns. So, regarding pronouns, we are going to study today. Let's start. Let's read and understand. A point pronouns. A pronoun is a word used in place of a noun. For example, Ankur was angry with Sangeeta. He said that she should not have teased the dog. So, dear students, in this sentence, you can see that firstly, we used two names, Ankur and Sangeeta. Then, in the second sentence, we used he and she instead of Ankur and Sangeeta. So, he and she, these words are called pronouns. So, now let's understand what are the pronouns. Simply, we can say that which word can be used instead of noun. Noun means name. So, that word is called pronoun, right? So, suppose I say that I love India. I love India. India is my country. So, India, we know that that is name. But instead of this, I can also say that I love India because it is my country. I love India because it is my country. In second sentence, you can notice that I have used it instead of India. And same, it works as the name like India. So simply we can say which word can be used instead of noun and can work as a noun. That is called pronoun. Okay, so these words are he, she, it, they. These words are all pronouns. In these sentences, he stands for Ankur and she stands for Sangeeta. The words Ankur and Sangeeta are nouns. Therefore, the words he and she are pronouns. Same thing I have told you. If we do not use pronouns, we shall have to mention the nouns again and again, and our sentences will look very awkward. Without pronouns, we would have said Ankur was angry with Sangeeta. Ankur said that Sangeeta should not have teased the dog. So, dear students, why? Next thing we have to understand why we use pronouns in the sentence instead of nouns. Because if we use noun or nouns again and again, so our sentence will look quite bad, quite awkward, will not cast very good impression. So that's why we have to use pronouns instead of nouns, right? Now please come on the B point, kinds of pronouns. Look at this diagram that shows the main kinds of pronouns. So now we have to understand the types of pronouns. So basically 7 types of pronouns are written here. First is personal, second is interrogative, third is emphasizing, fourth is relative, fifth is demonstrative, sixth is reflexive, and seventh is possessive. So now we will understand them one by one. Firstly, let's talk about personal pronouns. A pronoun that stands for a person or a thing is called a personal pronoun. There are 3 persons: first person, second person, and third person. First person, the person speaking. Second person, the persons spoken to. Third person, the person spoken about. So, dear student, firstly, let's talk about the personal pronouns. So, first person, second person, and third persons. These pronouns are called personal pronouns. Like what is, now we have to understand what is first person and what is second and what is third person. So, if our nouns are used for the speaker, so those pronouns are called first person pronouns. If our pronouns are used for listener, means to whom we speak, so those pronouns are called second person pronoun. If our pronouns are used for third person, means about whom we are talking, or we can say apart from first person and second person, rest of persons are third person. So those pronouns are called third person, right? I am talking with you, so I is first person singular. Suppose any ma'am or sir is standing with me and we are talking with you. So it means we is also first person, but that is plural. You, that's the second person. He, she, it, and they are third person. Again, understand, I and we first person because they represent the speaker. You is second person because you represents the listener. He, she, it, and they are third person pronoun. Okay, because they represent about whom we talk in the sentence, or we can say apart from first and second person. If I speak to you about Vijay, I am the first person, you are the second person, and Vijay is third person. The various forms of personal pronouns are given on the next page. Now this table is given here, so we need to understand this table. So dear students, these all the pronouns are related to personal pronouns, and further it is divided into three parts, that is first person, second person, and third person. Then it is divided into for the two parts, singular and plural. Like I is singular, we is plural, you singular as well as plural, he, she, it, they are singular and they are plural, means their word is plural, right? So whenever we use I, we need to use this word as a subject. But when we use like objective case pronoun for I, so we need to use me. Suppose I need to say that he met me. He met me. So me I have used here for I because that is objective case, means after the verb, if you write, we need to write the objective case, right? So I can also say I met him. So here I have used I. Okay. So I and me both are same, but I is used for subjective case and me is used for objective case, and mine is used for possessive case. Possessive means adhikar show karna. Like this pen is mine. So by this, by my mine word, I'm just showing my possession. Okay. You, that's subjective case also, objective case also. Yours, that's a possessive case. He, him. He is subjective, him objective, his possessive. She subjective, her, that's the objective, hers possessive. It, that is the subjective case and objective case. So in the same way, we subjective case, us objective case, ours possessive case. You subjective case and you is also objective case and yours possessive case. They subjective, them objective, theirs possessive case. Okay. Now let's understand next point. The noun which a pronoun stand for, it is called its antecedent. So whenever we use pronoun instead of noun, this thing we know that for what pronoun, for what noun we have used that noun is called antecedent of that pronoun. Okay, suppose I say that I love India. I love India because it is my country. It is my country. So it word we have used for India. So it is pronoun and India is antecedent of it word, because it word we have used for India word. India is a name. So like for what word any pronoun is used, that word is called antecedent of that pronoun. Okay. Next, a pronoun must agree with its antecedent in its number and gender. So whenever we use pronouns, so it should be similar to the number of that antecedent and the gender of that antecedent. You should talk to Renu. So we have used here Renu. Renu, we know that like it's a name, it's a third person, all the names are third person, and that is the gender is Renu is feminine gender, that's the singular. So for the singular feminine gender, we should use she, not he, and not it. So same thing, we have understood that our pronouns should be equal to our antecedent. So she, we have to use here not he or not it, right? She needs your help. Both Renu and she is singular number, feminine gender. You should talk to these boys, they need your help. So I'm talking about the boys. So boys is antecedent of they word. So they I can use, and they we can use for plural number, that is a masculine gender, feminine gender, or neuter or common, doesn't matter. So they we can use for all the genders. Okay. Note I, you, he, she, it, and they act as the subject of a verb. Same thing I have told you. Me, you, him, her, it, and them act as the object of a verb. Right? So these words are used subjective case and in objective case. Subjective case means when we use any pronoun or noun before the verb, so that uh, pronoun and nouns are used as a subjective case, like I believe him. So I, this word we have used before the verb, before the believe verb. So this is subjective case, and whatever we write after the verb, that is objective case, right? You and it can act both as the subjective and objective of a verb. Same thing I have told you. You we can use as subjective case also and objective case also. Like I can say that you met him, or you can we can say that he will meet you, right? So you we can use as a subjective case also and objective case also. So formation we don't change. You did not attend the meeting. You we have used here subjective case. Everybody missed you. So here you we have used as an objective case, right? So you can be used as a subjective case also, as an objective case also. Now let's talk about personal pronoun it. It personal pronoun, the personal pronoun it is used to refer to an animal, a thing, or a child. The fox is a wild animal. It is very cunning. So dear student, whenever we use it, so it we should use for animals, for things, or for children. Like the fox is a wild animal. It is very cunning. So it we have used for fox, that is animal. So for animal we can use it. Second point, it is often used as an empty of meaningless subject with expressions that refer to time, weather, temperature, or distance. So, dear student, in this point, we need to understand that sometime it happens, we use it word, it pronoun, and there is a no any meaning of it, just for giving the complete sense to that sentence we use it. Suppose that someone asks you what is the time, and you say that 10 baje hain, like, so you will say that it is 10 o'clock. So you can see that there is no meaning of it there. Just for completing the sentence as an empty subject, we need to use it. Okay. And for telling the weather also, temperature also, distance also, we need to use it as an empty subject. Suppose I need to say that barsat ho rahi hai, so I will say that it is raining. So you can see that there is no any meaning, means without meaning we have used it because we want to give the subject to the sentence, and that's why sometimes we have to use it. Again, understand, just for telling time, weather, temperature, distance, day, even year, month, we need to use it. Okay. Suppose sometime we say that आज मेरा जन्मदिन है, so we need to say that it is my birthday today. So you can see that there is a no Hindi meaning, there is a no literal meaning of it here, but just for giving the sense to the sentence, we need to use it. Okay. It used for animal, a thing, or a child, used an empty subject. These all the things I have told you. So dear students, on the behalf of this understanding, now you have to do this exercise number 1. So let's read that what's written here. Fill in the blanks with suitable personal pronouns. So you have to fill here personal pronouns like I, we, me, us, him, her. These pronouns you have to fill here according to the need of the sentence, right? So let's read this. Shreya, Ananya and would like to visit a library. So we can say Shreya is saying that Ananya and I would like to visit a library. Means I need to use, why? Because I need a subjective case pronoun, not objective case pronoun, right? Ananya and I would like to visit a library. Would you take us there? So we can say would you take us there. So you we can use because again I want to tell you we need a subjective case pronoun because verb is written here. So before the verb we need to use subjective case pronoun. Would you take us? We can't use here we. Why? Because after verb we need to use objective case pronoun, right? So us is objective case pronoun, right? Come on the next sentence. Mother, yes, I can go to the public library tomorrow. I can. So I we can use because that's subjective case. Is closed today. So what can we feel here? It is closed today. It we can feel here because we are talking about the library. Mother is saying that yes, I can go to the public library tomorrow. It is closed today. So it we can use here. Okay. So dear students, on the behalf of this understanding, you have to do this exercise. Just two I have told you, and rest of sentences you have to fill by yourself. Okay. Now please come on the E point. Demonstrative pronouns. So let's talk about what are the demonstrative pronouns. A demonstrative pronoun is used to point out the object or objects which it refers to. This is a mango tree, that is an apple tree, these are mango trees, those are apple trees. This, that, these, and those are demonstrative pronouns. This and that may sometimes refer to the whole of what is said earlier. Miss Jan scolded Kanika in the presence of her friends. Kanika did not like that. That Miss Jan scolded Kanika in the presence of her friends. So, dear students, demonstrative pronouns are those pronouns which are used to demonstrate the things, to point out the things. Suppose one pen is kept near you, so you indicate towards the pen and you towards the pen, and you say that this is my pen. This is my pen. And suppose that pen is a little far away from you, and you can say that is my pen. Okay. So which pronouns are used to demonstrate, to indicate, to point out, those pronouns are called demonstrative pronoun. This, that, these, and those. This and that we use for singular things, and these and those we use for plural things. And sometimes it happens this and that we can use to refer the whole whatever said earlier. Suppose like Miss Jan scolded Kanika in the presence of her friends. So मिस जैन ने कनिका को उनके दोस्तों की प्रेजेंस में धमकाया, उसको स्कोल्ड किया. Kanika did not like that. Did not like that. That is what? Complete process of scolding. This process, like Kanika did not like, so that we can use for like complete process. Whatever earlier said, we can use for that also. Okay. Now let's talk about demonstrative pronoun and demonstrative adjectives. So two types of like pronouns and adjectives are there, like demonstrative pronouns are also there and demonstrative adjectives are also there. So the words this, that, these, and those can be used both as a demonstrative pronouns and as a demonstrative adjectives. So dear students, here we have to understand this, that, these, and those. We can say them demonstrative pronoun along with this demonstrative adjectives. Then we need to know how we will know that these are the pronouns or these are the adjectives. Let's read this. This is my book. This stands for the noun book. Therefore, it is a pronoun. This book is mine. This qualifies the noun book. Therefore, it is an adjective. So these two sentences you can observe that, dear students. So these two words we have used. This means like in first sentence we have used this, and in second sentence also this word we have used. But see that this in first sentence that is pronoun, and this in second sentence that is adjective. Why? Because this refers to book. ये जो this word है वो book के लिए लिखा गया है, and this word is describing the book. This word है book के लिखा गया है, but उसको describe कर रहा है कौन सी book? This book. Okay. So if any noun comes after these words, means this, that, these, those, so that time these words are called demonstrative adjectives. But if noun doesn't come, then that word is called demonstrative pronoun. Okay. You can see that this, after that verb is there, directly no name is there, so this is This is a pronoun, and you can see here this word, this book. After this there is a noun, so we can say that this is an adjective, right? Same in this way, these are wooden gloves, so these is pronoun here. These gloves are wooden, so these word is adjective here because it's qualifying gloves, and it has been used in first sentence these, so that is pronoun. Okay. Next, we should remember that an adjective is usually placed just before the noun it qualifies. A pronoun replaces a noun. Same thing we have understood. So a pronoun replaces a noun, but adjective is used just to qualify the noun. Means just to telling the extra information about the noun. Come on, the B means like second exercise. So pick out the demonstrative pronouns and demonstrative adjectives in these sentences. So dear students, in these sentences, you have to pick out the demonstrative adjectives and demonstrative pronouns. Let's do some do sentences. This photo was taken with a digital camera. So this photo, so this word we know that that is demonstrative. After that photo word is there, that is noun. So if these demonstrative words, after that there is a noun, so these words are called demonstrative adjective. So this is demonstrative adjective here. Now see the second sentence, this is the x-ray you have been looking for. After this there is a verb, so this has been used for a pronoun, means that is a demonstrative pronoun. Okay, so dear student, in this way you need to pick out the demonstrative adjectives and demonstrative pronouns. Now let's come on the interrogative pronouns. An interrogative pronoun is used to ask a question. For example, what is your name? Who is absent today? Which is your house? So what, who, which, these words are called interrogative pronouns. So in simple words, we can understand, dear students, which words are used to ask the questions. Those words are called pronouns. Which pronouns are used, right? What, who, which, these are the interrogative pronouns. Interrogative pronouns and interrogative adjectives. The same way as we studied about demonstrative pronouns and demonstrative adjectives, same way in English language, there are some interrogative pronouns and some are interrogative adjectives, but their formations are almost same. Then how can we recognize that? Simple way, if these interrogative words, any noun comes, it means that is adjective, and if there is a no noun after these words, so we can understand these words are pronouns. Okay, let's read and understand. Words like what and which can be used both as an interrogative pronoun and as an interrogative adjective. Look at these examples. What is your name? Interrogative pronoun, because you can see that there is a no name after the word, means no noun or name, both are the same thing. What plan did you follow? What plan? So plan is there, so now this word is not pronoun, this is an adjective. Which is the mail train? So after which there is a no noun, so that is pronoun, it means. So which train is late? So after which there is a noun, it means it is qualifying the train. So this which word is an interrogative adjective, right? So in this way we can recognize interrogative pronouns and interrogative adjectives, right? Now dear students, let's come on the exercise number 3. Fill in the blanks with interrogative pronouns. Clues are given below. Some of these may have to be used twice. So dear students, these interrogative pronouns you have to use like who, whose, what, which, and you can use twicely or thrisely according to the need of sentence of these interrogative pronouns. Let's understand first. So is the latest news? So we can say what is the latest news? What is the latest news means in the first fill up what will come. Okay. Second, which of these dresses do you like? So which word we can use when we have options, we have to choose something. So we need to use which. Which of these dresses do you like? Right. Third sentence, whose is this lovely bag? Whose is this lovely bag? So whenever we want to know about the owner of that thing, anything, so we need to use whose. So in third fill up, whose will come. So according to this, you have to do this exercise. Now let's come on the next part, next page. Reflexive pronouns. Pronouns like myself, yourself, himself, when used as the receiver of an action and are called reflexive pronouns. So dear students, we need to understand this point here. When we use himself, myself, yourself as the object of the verb, that time these words are called reflexive pronouns. Like I blamed myself. So myself has been used here as an object of blame verb. A reflexive pronoun can also be object of preposition. My aunt lives by herself. The various forms of reflexive pronouns are given below. So dear students, you need to understand this point in very simple words. We use like whenever our subject and object both are the same thing, same person. In that case, we should use reflexive pronoun. Suppose that I say that I hurt him. I hurt him. मैंने उसे hurt किया. I is someone else and him is someone else. But if I say that I hurt myself, मैंने अपने आप को hurt किया, means subject and object, means काम करने वाला और काम को receive करने वाला, both are the same thing. I hurt myself. Okay, so whenever subject and object both are the same thing, same person, we need to use reflexive pronoun there in objective case. Okay, suppose I say that I look, or I say that he looked himself. He looked himself. उसने अपने आप को देखा. Subject and object both are the same thing. Then we have to use reflexive pronouns. Okay. So for first person, we need to use myself. For you, we need to use yourself. For he, we have to use himself. For she, we have to use herself. For it, we have to use itself. For we have to use ourselves. For you, we have to use yourself. When we talk about one person, so we need to use you, yourself. And when we talk about more than one person, so we have to talk you and yourselves. They, themselves. These are the reflexive pronouns of these words. Okay. Now on the behalf of this understanding, you have to fill exercise number 4. Fill in the blanks with suitable reflexive pronouns. So suitable reflexive pronouns we have to fill here. Like first is that Mary saw herself in the mirror, because Mary is third person, that is feminine gender, and for the third person feminine gender we need to use she and herself. So herself we need to use Mary saw herself in the mirror. Mary ने अपने आप को mirror में देखा. Gaurav availed of the opportunity. Gaurav, we can say here Gaurav availed himself of the opportunity. Next, Rohit dry with a towel. So we can mention here Rohit, Rohit drive yourself with a towel, because you know that this sentence is imperative sentence, and we know that in imperative sentence subject is always you, that is hidden, that is not written. That's why we need to use here yourself. Okay. So 3 I have told you, and rest of sentences you should try to do by yourself. Next, emphasizing pronouns. A pronoun used to convey emphasis is called emphasizing pronouns. I myself locked the door. You yourself asked for money. You know, dear students, the formation of reflexive pronouns and emphasizing pronouns are same. Just there is a difference of reflexive pronouns and emphasizing pronouns. Difference is between the uses of these words. Okay. So myself, when we use this word to emphasize on subject, then these words are called emphasizing pronouns, and then we have to write these words just after the subject. Like I myself lock the door. मैंने खुद उस दरवाजे को लॉक किया. I'm just emphasizing on myself. You yourself ask for money. तुमने खुद पैसे मांगे थे. Right? So whenever we emphasize on the subject, so according to subject, we have to write this emphasizing pronouns. Okay? Reflexive pronouns and emphasizing pronouns. We notice that reflexive pronouns and emphasizing pronouns are identically in form, means their formation is same. How do we find out whether a pronoun has been used as a reflexive pronoun or as an emphasizing pronoun? So हमें कैसे पता लगेगा कि जो pronoun use हुआ है वो emphasizing pronoun है या reflexive pronoun है? We should try to understand its function. So we have to understand the function. So these pronouns are reflexive pronouns answer the question whom. If you put the question with whom, an answer we get that is reflexive pronoun. And emphasizing pronouns lends emphasize. Okay, so when we emphasize on the subject, then we can say that these pronouns are emphasizing pronouns. When subject and object both are same thing or same person, then we can say that these pronouns are reflexive pronouns. I blamed myself for my failure. So we can see that like I, subject and object both are the same thing. So this myself has been used here as a reflexive pronoun, right? Blamed whom? किसको blame किया? अपने आप को, myself. So the word myself has been used as a reflexive pronoun. Same thing I have told you. Ajay, are you sure the door was locked? Anu, I myself locked the door. मैंने खुद अपने आप door को lock किया. So I'm just emphasizing on I. So that's why this myself is emphasizing pronouns. Nobody else, only I locked the door. So I know it was locked. Here the word myself has been used as an emphasizing pronouns. So just by the use of these all the words, we can understand whether those words are reflexive pronouns or emphasizing pronouns, right? Now please come on the exercise number 5. Pick out the reflexive pronouns and emphasizing pronouns in these sentences. So some sentences are written here. You need to identify that which pronouns are written there. Either they are reflexive pronouns or emphasizing pronouns. So let's read a few sentences. The Prime Minister himself is an avid reader. So you can see that himself we have used here. So after the subject we have used, it means we are emphasizing on the Prime Minister. So himself is emphasizing pronoun, right? Next, you yourself wanted to change your school, right? So we are emphasizing on you. So that's why yourself is emphasizing pronoun. Some children excused themselves from the after school class. So themselves and some children both are the same thing. So now themselves has been used as a reflexive pronoun. So this is a reflexive pronoun. So dear students, by this way you need to identify about these pronouns. Okay, so we have only 3 minutes now, dear students. If you want to ask any question regarding